Hello students, welcome once more to online class for class 10th computer applications. In the last video, I had explained some string functions. I had covered 7 functions last time, so remaining 8 functions today we are going to cover. In today's video, I am going to explain the syntax examples and some programs related with remaining string functions like replace, concat, equals, ignore case, compare to, trim, ends with, starts with. So starting with the first function, that is replace. This function is used to replace a character by another character or to replace a string by another string at all its occurrences in the given string. It means if a particular character is present at more than one places in the given string, so that particular character we can replace with another character at all the occurrence of that character in the given string. Same thing applies with a string or a word. Suppose a particular word is present at more than one places and that word we want to replace with another word. So there are two syntax in this function. First to replace a character, second to replace a string or a word. Since after replacement the result will be a string value, so first we need a string variable to store the result. Now after equal sign we need source string from where we want to replace. That source string can be a string constant or it can be a string variable. After that dot name of the function, that is replace. Now in the argument list there are two arguments. First one, character that we want to replace, comma, character with which we want to replace. In the same way we have second syntax where only the argument will change. Here first argument will be string to replace and second argument will be string with which we want to replace. For example, suppose we have first string variable s1 where I have stored a string Prakash is a very good person with good habits. Here you can see good word is present at more than one place, that is two places. Our objective is to replace good with nice. Now second string we have in S2, that is dad. In this string we will replace D with M. So dad will become ma'am. Now after these two replacements we want to store the result in S3 and S4. So now the example of writing the correct syntax. S3 equal to S1 dot replace. S1 is the source string. This source string I had explained here. This is our source string. Prakash is a very good person with good habits. So that is our S1 dot replace. What we want to replace, that is good. Since it is a string value, so we need to write it inside the double quotes. After that comma, string with replace, that is nice inside double quotes. So good will be replaced with nice. Now the second statement is S4 will store S2 dot replace character D is replaced with character M. So S2 is the source string here, dad. In this string D will be replaced with M, so the result will become ma'am. That ma'am we will store in the variable S4. After that we will print S3 and S4 to verify the result. Now see the program. Program code is same that I have just explained. Here we are printing S2, S3, S1 and S4. So first we will print source string S1, then S2, then S3, then S4. Now see the result. This is our S1. Prakash is a very good person with good habits. This is S2, that is dad. Now S3. Good we have replaced with nice. And D we have replaced with M. So dad becomes ma'am. So that is the replace function. Second function is concate. This function is used to concatenate or join two strings together. After joining two strings, the result will be a string. So first we need a string variable to store the result. Now after equal sign, first string we will write. It can be string variable or string constant. Then dot, name of the function concat. Now in the parenthesis we will write the argument, that is string variable 2 or constant. So we are going to join string 1 with string 2. Now be careful about the order. String 1 will be on left side and string 2 will be on right side. Now see the example. S1 store Sambhavi. S2 stores Sahay. Two words are taken from the same name, that is Sambhavi, Sahay. S3, S4 and S5 will store the result. Now here S3 equal to S1 dot concate S2. Here S1 will be on left side, S2 will be on right side. So S1 is joined with S2. So after joining it, we will get the result, that is Sambhavi Sahay. Now see, in the word Sambhavi, after I we don't have any space, and in the Sahay, before S we don't have any space. So when you join Sambhavi and Sahay together, then between I and S we will not have even a single space. That is why Sambhavi Sahay is joined together without any space. Now in the next example, S2 I have written on left side and S1 on right. Only the order I have changed. So Sahay will come first and Sambhavi on the right side. If you want to give space between these two words, Sambhavi and Sahay, in that case concate function will not work. since it works only with two strings. So in case you want to join more than two strings, then we have another option. We can use plus operator. With this plus operator, we can join two strings or more than two strings. In fact, plus operator is more beneficial than concat because it provides more flexibility, and here the syntax is also very simple to write. Just you need to type plus operator between the two strings. So in most of the cases we use plus operator. I also personally use plus operator to join two or more strings together because it is more easy. Since concat is given in your syllabus, so I have explained that also, but in programming, for joining two strings, we use plus. So S5 equal to S1 plus space plus S2. S1 is one string, space is second string, S2 is third string. So here we are going to join three strings together. So between S1 and S2 we have added one space. That is why our result will be Sambhavi Sahai with space in between the two words. Now see the result. That is the previous program. This is the program. Same example. Sorry. This is the replace. Here concat. So let us see the result. Now you can verify the result. We are printing S3, S4 and S5. So in case of S3, S1 dot concat S2. So Sambhavi Sahai first one. Here reverse, S2 on left, S1 on right. That is why Sahai Sambhavi. And here between Sambhavi and Sahai we have added one space. That is the third output. I think it will be clear to you now. So let us clear it. Now we will move to the next function. Equals. This function is used to compare two strings together to check whether they are identical or not. It returns a boolean value true if both are same. Otherwise the function will return false. Since function returns boolean value, so first we need a boolean variable on left side. After equal, first string, that can be string variable or string constant, dot equals. Now in the argument list we will write second string variable or string constant. See the example here. String S1 equal to nice, S2 is also nice, but the case is different. Capital N in S1, small n in S2. Now boolean variable ABCD are declared to store the result. A stores S1 dot equals S2. So here we will compare whether S1 is same as S2 or not. Equals function checks both the strings along with their case also. Since both the words are same but their case is different, that is why function will return false. Second example, b equal to s1 dot equals nice. Here s1 is a string variable and in the argument list I have used string constant. So anywhere you can use either string variable or string constant. S1 is nice with N capital and the argument inside the parenthesis is also nice with N capital. Since both are same, that is why B will store true. Next example, C equal to S1 dot equals ignore case S2. Equals ignore case is actually the next function that we are going to study. It is similar to the equals function, only the difference is it will not compare the case of the letters between the two strings. It means both the words are same and their case is different. Then also function will return true. So in C part, S1 is compared with S2. See once more. S1 and S2 both are nice, only the case is different. So in C, function will ignore the case and C will store true. D equal to S2 dot equals ignore case S1. S2 is written on left side, S1 is written on right side. Since both the words are same, only the case is different, so here also function will return true. Now see the program. See the next function also. Together I will show the program. Equals ignore case. This function is also used to compare two strings together to check whether they are identical or not after ignoring the case. It also returns a boolean value, true or false accordingly. Its syntax is similar to the equals function. And the same example I have used here also. So now we will see the program. I have made one program together to explain both the functions. This is the program. See what we are going to print: A, B, C and D. Now see the result. Now verify the result with the program code. A stores S1 dot equals S2. Their case is different, that is why false. B stores S1 dot equals nice. So both the strings are same, that is why it is true. And third and fourth, here we are ignoring the case. So S1 and S2 can be on either side. In both the cases we will get true result. Now this function is over. Now we are going to study the next function, which is compare to. This function is slightly complicated. So be careful and see what I am going to tell you. Listen carefully. Compare to function. It is also a type of function which compares two strings. So actually there are total three functions to compare two strings. Equals we have seen, equals ignore case we have seen. Both these functions return Boolean value either true or false. Now for comparing two strings we have third function compare to. It not only checks the equality of the strings but also checks whether a string is bigger or smaller than other or not. The function returns an integer value depending upon the condition you want to check. So in this case the function will return an integer value. Integer value can have three possibilities: 0, positive integer or negative integer. So when you get positive integer, it means both the strings are exactly same. Their case is also same. When you get positive integer, it means first string is larger. First see the syntax here. Since the result is in integer, so we need integer variable on left side. Source string 1 here dot compare to source string 2. Like I have told, this integer result can have three possibilities: 0, positive or negative. So in case of 0, both the strings are same. Suppose we are storing the result in a variable n. Second possibility, if n is positive, means more than 0, it means the string on left side is larger than string on right side. When you compare two strings, whether first one is larger or second one is larger, the length of the string does not matter here. What matters, that is the ASCII code of characters. So when first string is larger or bigger, it means the ASCII code of characters on left side is more than the characters on the right side. Exact process I will explain after this. How the comparison is done, how we are comparing the ASCII codes. When you get n equal to negative, it means first string is smaller than second string. Now see, this point is very important. Comparisons are based on the order of the corresponding characters of the strings, but not on the basis of the length of the string. It means if you have two strings to compare, the number of characters forms the length of the string. That does not matter. What matters is the ASCII code of characters at same index positions from both the strings. Now see how comparison is done. Next point. Strings are compared lexicographically. It means ASCII code of characters at same index are compared till we find an integer other than 0. It means if both the characters at the same index positions are same, then their ASCII code will also be same. So when you subtract the ASCII code, of corresponding characters, you will get 0. So if both the characters are same at same index position, then comparison will be done for the next index. So this comparison will be done till we get any value that is other than 0. It means till the characters are not different at the same index positions. Next character will be compared. See once more. Strings are compared lexicographically, in which ASCII codes of characters at same index are compared till we find an integer other than 0. Other than 0, it can be negative or positive. So as soon as you find an integer other than 0, then comparison will stop and the value, that is the difference of the ASCII code, will become the answer. It can also happen that one string is subset of another string. It means one string is included in another string. In that case, the total number of extra characters will become the answer or outcome of the function. Now see the example. With this example, it will become clear if you pay attention. Otherwise, with definition, it is difficult to understand. Suppose first string we have S1 Aditya Pratap Singh. Second string S2 Aditya Singh. It is common thing that in the same class we can have two persons with same name. That is why I have taken these two names. So when the roll numbers are allotted to the persons having same name, then what is the criteria to allot the roll number? The bigger string will be allotted higher roll number and the smaller string will be allotted lesser roll number. So if I ask you between these two strings S1 and S2, which string is bigger? In most of the cases, maximum students or maximum persons will say that Aditya Pratap Singh is larger. But actually, when the roll numbers are allotted, then Aditya Pratap Singh will get lesser roll number as compared to Aditya Singh because of the alphabetic order. In these two strings, Aditya is common. First word is same. After Aditya we have space in the both the strings, that is also same. But after space, first character is P in S1 and first character after space in S2 is S. So if I ask you between P and S, which character has higher ASCII code? Then you will say S has higher ASCII code. Because of that, Aditya Singh is bigger string as compared to Aditya Pratap Singh. Now see how the whole process is done. We have 4 variables of integer type A, B, C, D to store the result. Now see the first example here. A equal to S1 dot compare to S2. S1 means Aditya Pratap Singh, S2 means Aditya Singh. So comparison will be done at the 0 index characters from both the string. So in S1 character at 0 index is capital A, in S2 character at 0 index is again capital A. So ASCII code of A minus ASCII code of A, that is 65 minus 65, we will get 0. Since we have not got the value other than 0, then comparison will be done for the character at next index, that is D will be compared with D. Here also both have same ASCII code. Again the difference is 0. In the same way, each character at the same index from both the strings are compared one by one. So from first word Aditya up to space on the left side is same as Aditya space on the right side string. So ASCII code of characters at same index position in both the strings are same, the difference is 0. But after space, when we get P here, and here at the same index we get S. So ASCII code of P is 80 and ASCII code of S is 83. So 80 minus 83, that will become minus 3. So answer of this comparison will be minus 3, that will be stored in the variable A. When we reverse it, in second example, S2 dot compare to S1. So in this case, 83 minus 80, that will become 3. So when we get negative value, it means left side string is smaller. So in first case, A stores minus 3 here. It means Aditya Pratap Singh is smaller than Aditya Singh. That is why while allotting the roll number, Aditya Pratap Singh will get lesser roll number as compared to Aditya Singh. Now third example, S1 dot compare to Aditya. That result will be stored in C. So here S1 is Aditya Pratap Singh. Aditya Pratap Singh is compared with Aditya. Aditya is the subset of Aditya Pratap Singh. So I had told you, when one string is the subset of another string, then the extra number of characters will become the answer. So in this case, we need to count how many characters are present in Aditya Pratap Singh. Up to Aditya we have same. Here Aditya and here Aditya. So we will get the difference of ASCII code as 0, but after that the extra number of characters will start from space. So starting with space, one character, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So after Aditya we have 13 more characters. That is why C will store 13, and if you do it in reverse way, then you will get negative 13. Now see the program and its output. Program code is same that I have just now explained. We need to only verify the result. Now see, I have already written the comment. A stores -3, B stores 3, C stores 13 and D stores -13. I think explanation should be clear to you now. Let us remove it and move to the next function, trim. Trim is very simple function. It removes the spaces or blanks from either side of the strings. Other blank spaces which are present between the words, they remain unchanged. So from the beginning of the string and from the end of the string, whatever extra spaces we have, only that space will be removed. Spaces present between the words will remain as it is. So after removing the space, result will be a string value. So first we need string variable. Now source string can be a string constant or string variable. After that dot, then the name of the function trim. This function does not receive any argument in the bracket. See the example here. S1 stores hello, how are you? But before hello we have some spaces and after you we have some spaces. So we want to remove these two spaces and store the result after removing the space in a variable s2. So string variable s2 equal to s1 dot trim. So after removing the space from the beginning and from the end, you can see we will get the same sentence without space in the beginning and in the end. Now see the result of this function. Program is same. Now verify the result. You can see here space from the beginning is removed in the output, and here after you also we have space that is removed from the end. Now the last function for today's session. Actually there are two functions, both are similar, ends with and starts with. Ends with. This function is used to check whether a given string has a specified suffix or not. Suffix means part of a string which comes in the end of a given string. And prefix is the part of a string that comes in the beginning of a given string. That is why this function is made ends with. Here we will check whether a given string ends with a another string, and the result will be a boolean value, true or false accordingly. Since the result is a boolean value, first we need a boolean variable on left side to store the result. Now the source string, that is string variable 1 or constant, that we want to check, dot ends with string variable 2 or constant. So we want to check whether first string ends with second string or not, and result will be a boolean value, true or false. See the example. S1 stores football, S2 stores foot, and S3 stores ball. 4 boolean variables ABCD. First example, S1 starts with S2. S1 has football, S2 has foot. Now we have to check whether football starts with foot. Actually, football starts with foot, but the case of the letter is not the same. This is the reason football does not start with foot. So the function will return false value. Now B part. S1 dot starts with foot. Here the argument inside the parenthesis is again foot. But here first letter of foot is capital, and in the S1 first letter is capital. So both are capital. So it gives true result. D part. C part. Just like we have starts with function, we have ends with function also. In this case, it will check whether S1 is ending with S3 or not. So S1 is football. Football is ending with S3, that is ball. So we can see S3, that is ball, it is present in S1. Case of the letter is also same. It means football ends with ball. That is why C will store true. Now D, S1 dot ends with all. See whether S1 ends with all. Actually, S1 has the last 3 characters all, but this all has A capital. So actually it is not matching. In case of starts with and ends with, it checks the case of the letters also. That is why this function gives false result. So just like ends with, we have starts with function. Example I have explained. See the definition. This function is used to check whether a given string has specified prefix or not. It means a given string is starting with another string or not. And the same boolean value it will return. Syntax is same, example is also same. Now we will see the program. One program I have designed and combined both the functions. Now see the result. Now verify the result with the given code. We are printing A, B, C and D, 4 values. So first one A, S1 dot starts with S2. Here the case of foot is different, that is why A stores false, that we have got here. B, S1 dot starts with foot. Here argument foot is same as foot, case is same, that is why B stores true. C stores the result of S1 dot ends with S3. Actually football ends with S3. Case is same, that is why true. And the last one, S1 dot ends with all. Here case is different, that is why last value is false. So today's session is over now. I have explained all the 15 functions that are given in your ICSE syllabus in 2 videos. In first video I had explained 7 functions. Now in the second video I have covered 8 functions. So please revise all these functions, their definitions, examples, syntax, and see the solved examples and programs given in your textbook related on these functions. So in the next video I will come with programs related on string handling. Till then, revise all the things and prepare yourself for the big one, that is the programming. So take care.